in 4, 3, 2 now. Hello, everybody. I think we're live.
We are.
Um,
Welcome to Goddamn It, the Zach Show. This is the quarantine edition. Skeeter Green is going to explain why we call it that edition.
so this episode is all about social distancing because my superhero counterpart here, Zach Glazer, has been stuck with that gen for a long time, and I've been stuck with this gen for a long time.
Here's a
So
story.
we are going to show what happens when four people are in two locations for too long of a time together.
Hilarity ensues. Oh,
You're in a can.
I know. Sorry, I got
That
too excited.
that was too weird. But our guests this week, as everyone who is watching has got to know, are the Devilettes, Southwest
Woohoo.
and Northwest Gen. Why? Okay, we're looking at my wife's boobs. Now we're looking at your wife's boobs.
Yeah, we are. We can't take super chats yet, but that's coming, everybody.
Oh man, there's a thing right here that said capture perfect moments or capture highlight moments, and that was it right there. That was four highlight moments if I've
At
ever
least we
seen
know they
them.
get jobs.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all about Bad Mike.
It's all about bad Mike. It is.
Yeah.
You know,
True. True.
it is true. You ever think about that, Skeeter? How do we let that happen to us?
What? That all of this is Mike's fault?
Yes.
But I mean, is it? They just kind of took over. You know that feeling.
Yeah.
I know
do.
that feeling.
We had to apply to become the Devilettes.
I don't even want to know how you had to do that. That is.
But I think that the Devilettes are now much more of a facilitator role in the midnight auction. I
Well,
think
somebody is.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that means prostitution.
Well, we get the
Does
bids
when I
up.
did it.
Yeah, I'm
no,
like, I'm
no.
not thinking so.
Facilitator. I think when you use the term facilitator, that means you're trying to be a madam. I didn't mean that that's how you got your jobs, because I've
Wow,
seen
okay.
Mike. I've seen Mike in bed.
You have been with Mike in bed.
That is true.
Ooh,
So,
who hasn't? On the show?
Ooh.
yeah, like, okay, okay, no, it's just Kurt. Kurt
Hi,
is
Kurt.
Cool.
Everybody say hi to Kurt.
Hi, Kurt.
Kurt
Congratulations on
loves the
Godzilla.
auction,
He's-
actually.
He's got to be shaking his head. He's going, why do I associate with these people?
Well,
We
I think
do.
he's excited because Godzilla stuff. I know it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Kurt is one of our top people who buys from the midnight auction, actually.
top men.
Top man. Is it top customer of Satan's Midnight Auction makes him Kurt, I guess. I don't know.
You know, he does spend a lot of time rescuing things from the RPG community that probably shouldn't be
don't
out
belong
there.
there. He's like a superhero then.
Well,
He
he
is.
buys the same book every year. I mean, I don't get that unless it's just a collection.
Well,
I would show that book, but then I'd have to go get it. So, but Kurt has one.
Two.
I really like all the little stuff that I have on here because we're on enough of a display or a delay that you can't see what pops up on you guys.
Oh no.
Hmm.
No, great.
We should,
The women both look very suspicious.
yeah, we should
Well, we can't
probably
see anything, so if there's
all
a
they can
chat,
see is
we
Yeah.
don't
Zoom. It's
know.
awesome.
If
No, so
there are
anyway,
any
so-
questions, we don't know.
Okay, I'm going to start with a question for Roundtable. Social distancing, Skeeter, 1 to 10.
Well, it depends. It is a variable thing because I do enjoy not being around the people in my day job. And I don't hate being with my wife.
I don't have a day job, and
This
I don't
is your
hate
day
being around
job.
my wife either.
Well, but you have a constant fear of getting stabbed, Which I
Go
think
ahead,
says
Jen.
more about you than your wife.
It's okay, Zach. My mom always threatens to stab Skeeter. So,
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's not.
he's
It's
heard
not.
that before.
Well,
yep.
it's not so much a threat as
Way to
in
go, Mom.
just like a constant. Oh, this is
Yes.
going to happen.
It's true.
Yeah. Tom Knaus is here.
Oh boy,
Woo!
Nosferatu. Hi, Tom.
How
Hey,
are
I
you?
liked that Tom called out his favorite memory of Skeeter is Skeeter yelling at me. So that was fun.
I thought it was to like calm down or something.
Yeah, in his Call of Cthulhu. Take it down a notch, Jen.
You know who I want to summon here? It's hashtag Rocky for special guest.
Ooh.
You keep pushing that. That is not going to happen.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
He's waiting for us. I mean, he's been Facebooking and saying, we need to hurry up and get this goddamn Zach thing going because he's got
Oh,
stuff
because
to do.
yeah,
Oh
because
boy.
obviously, 'cause
And he's here.
Our audience of Kurt. Oh, and Tom. Hi, Tom.
Woohoo!
No, so Skeeter gets social distancing I don't hate my wife and I don't like my coworkers, so we'll give that a 5.
I don't
Northwest
think.
Jen. Yeah, you're trying to retort.
I would have guessed that Skeeter would have said his social distancing was a 22 on a scale of 1 to 10 because he prefers to not be around anyone. And as much as he doesn't hate me, please realize that that is just the opposite of love. So I know he loves me, but I know he does not like me in the house. He does not like me.
She's so
sleeping in,
loud.
does not like me using the microwave. I got yelled at for moving a puzzle piece on Tuesday. So, perspective.
She's so loud.
He doesn't, but then he just doesn't realize how our house echoes. And
My
so
turn's
when you
coming,
sit
isn't
in
it?
certain places,
He does.
it doesn't sound anything.
He
That's where
does.
it's coming,
And
isn't it?
she's loud.
Oh, but for you, 1 to 10, how's your social distancing life coming as Miss Educator?
Yesterday I had a really rough day yesterday. I did not want to get out of bed. I was done. I have a really hard time not having contact with people, but today I had 2.5 hours of Zoom, which would have been bad if it was teaching me something, but at least one of the hours was just my colleagues and I having a discussion about what to do. But it is really hard for me not to have a lot of people to bounce ideas off of. And I can't really talk to Skeet until after 2:00 in the afternoon. So that makes it a little bit more difficult for me as well. My students are actually doing really well. And my 8th graders, I have about 25% of them participating, but my 7th graders, I have about 80%. And I have a schedule all set up. And yesterday I was actually in a district meeting and they liked what my school is doing so much that they've actually asked us to kind of help the other people. So besides just the isolation, the work is fine. Yes, Zach.
Thank you. I knew that worked with a teacher. So you said you can't interact with Skeeter at 2 in the afternoon. Is that when he gets up?
No, that's when he finishes.
Sorry.
So when he finishes work, then at 2:00 or 2:30, then we have our day. So
Yeah, unlike the savage masses wandering the wasteland looking for toilet paper and fried chicken, I am actually working from home. This hasn't been that big of a shift for me. I
Don't
love
drive.
it. My day job has improved 20-fold, except for the fact that everybody has gotten exponentially dumber.
Okay, so now we'll go with somebody that I'm familiar with. I've spent a little time with recently. She's in the other room and she's wearing horns, just like she was the day she was born. How is social distancing treating you, Jeff?
Ooh, dude, you are not making your case any better. Dude,
Zach's
I
gonna
have.
disappear from the screen here.
I think I have 1 foot on her side now because.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yep. She gonna cut a bitch.
I'm
Would you
sorry
like to
about that.
rephrase that question?
How's
or
social
maybe your
distancing treating you,
tone?
baby?
Well, so I'm kind of like Northwest Jen. I'm not used to being at home. I'm either home or I'm gone. It's either an on or an off, not a 24-hour, 7 days a week on with you, who is used to working at home. So we are still in our compromising negotiations. I like to have sunlight. I like to have fresh air. So when I get up in the morning, I'm opening everything up. 10 minutes later, the person I'm currently with closes every curtain and every door.
That
And
that sounds
then,
awful.
I know. 2 minutes later, I'm opening everything back up. I also this has given us a chance to know, like, when we retire, which I now realize I'm never going to retire. I'm cooking 3 meals a day, and I have never ran the dishwasher so much in my life. So, but
Well, I know this will surprise everybody who knows us, but we're big restaurant people. There's not that we can't cook. Jen's a fabulous cook, but we like to go out and not do any work. And so always take pictures of all that, and it was a lot of fun. Well, now that once they took away restaurants, my whole life caved. It like crumbled like a big ball. Like I miss cons, but restaurants they're just gone. And so it didn't matter anymore. My leaving the house was irrelevant. But now that we're both here, you know, some little like Faye walks around in the morning, opens all blinds, and closes. And at night she opens them. During the day at night she closes them. The day she opens them, and then like when it's really cold outside, she opens the door, which is fine. But so we're learning how basically we would never have got together in a million years if we hadn't done it in high school. So, but we have found a few things. We have actually learned that.
So I have both videos up. And
Why do I hear a ghostly presence?
I know someone else has joined
But
us.
I have 2 screens up.
Yeah, what? That was weird.
Hey, just so you guys know, this is streaming live on YouTube. Got it on my phone. So
Yeah,
let's go
I'm
ahead.
watching it right here.
I just have my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know where the extra voice just came from.
No, that's from Discord.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Awesome, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize
Please,
it worked that way. But now I
feel
do.
free. If you feel like you can do this job better than Zachary,
No.
Just
no,
come
he
on
can't.
in.
The problem is he's watching through Discord. He doesn't know how we're doing it here. He didn't know I was on this live this way.
oh,
He's awesome. He's
Yes.
the greatest.
So I see in the YouTube chat that, yes, Zach has a plentiful supply of instant noodles.
yeah. What is up with these noodles, man?
He's decided every ramen he can get, he's buying.
No, that is disturbing.
Rocky, thank you. I think Skeeter should use stronger language in his affection towards me. Thank you.
I
Oh,
love
Rocky.
you.
I
Oh.
do have
Yeah,
porn.
Okay, so some of you,
Boobs.
yeah. Okay, so no, this is all serious now. Some of you may know that my lovely darling wife and I were supposed to leave today to go and have a wedding renewal. Because of some dirty fuckers, that is not going to happen, and there is a virus going along. One of the things that I was having for a surprise for my lovely wife when she got to this event that was all about a wedding renewal and gaming was I was going to surprise her with these shiny, sparkly glitter
Aw.
dice that I acquired
Oh,
At-
I want
at
those.
TotalCon.
She's been wanting those.
And I had to lie to her and tell her they were sold out. So
Oh.
I've been sitting on that lie for quite some time now.
I'm proud of you for not.
I'm comfortable with it.
I think I actually knew about that and forgot. So I was safe.
That seems on brand.
I'm sure your wife will be very surprised when you give them to her at some point.
I hope so. They were difficult to acquire. Yeah, so we were supposed to be gone, not doing this, but this is funnish.
Well,
We're together.
Yeah.
I want to do my turn on social distancing, please.
Please do.
Oh, sorry.
Go for it, Zach.
No, we distanced you the fuck out of the show.
Right, close it out. First of all, it's made my regular work a lot busier. I talk on the phone all the time. I get threatened a lot. If you look at the screen there, you'll know that that's part of it. Skeeter got to hear some of it earlier. He knows it's true.
Terrifying.
So if anybody watched in Vietnam, they had prisoners of war, and they would do blinking. Please pay attention to my
Well,
messages.
that would be fantastic. But do you know Morse code?
I know SOS. But I
Oh,
don't think anybody listens.
so it just comes off like you're having a seizure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No.
So Devilettes, what are you doing with the screens?
Yeah. What are you doing down there?
We're entertaining ourselves.
Because
We're playing
in
with
groups, that's
Minnie.
Why, huh?
She's got big minis
Hey.
and I've got mini minis.
Those mine.
I know. But this is from Reaper. Is that
Very nice.
I don't know who painted it, but I like it.
The Midwest Miniature Guy.
I don't
Tom
think-
did it. He was great.
Yeah, this one's a clear. Can't see
It's
it
an
very.
invisible halfling.
It is.
Those-
See, that's weird that Skeeter could see that and it was invisible.
Those,
Wow.
yes, because I can
Oh.
see invisible things.
You see how it is social distancing is working, audience of 3?
Yeah. No, I
Did
think
we
we have an
scare off
audience.
other people?
I think we have an audience of 5.
All right.
We might even have more. I don't know if you guys are watching.
Oh, we're up to 10. We have 10.
We have 10 concurrent viewers. We have 2 likes, which is 2 more than we've ever gotten before.
One was me. No. I'm kidding.
Well, I think it's because we have the Devilettes on.
Yeah, it was when they're showing their shirts off. I knew it. We're
Yeah.
gonna make $1 million when we can take super chats.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so everybody knows we are moving off of our Facebook Live platform and moving to YouTube and doing this live and leaving the videos up so everyone can enjoy them. Please subscribe to the channel. Take a look at the videos. It probably would have been awesome for me to put the subscription thing up there, but I figure if you found us, you probably already did, so that would be dumb. That's like selling to people you already sold to. Kind of fucking pointless. But I'm putting it in Facebook stuff. So, yes, please.
So I want to tell one story about the social distancing real quick before I get further. And it's going to be about my parents.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Okay.
no, this
He
was
was-
actually
my wife was
good.
worried the story was going to tell, but I was not going to tell that one. No, no. You ever get to the point in your life when you like realize that it's your parents you're now the parent of? Anybody? Anyone in the audience? My wife catches my dad at the post office where he's not supposed to be, in line without gloves or any kind of like way to sanitize anything,
Does he have a wanted poster up there? Why can't he go to the post office?
because he's in the age range where he's going to, if he catches it, he
Oh,
dies.
oh, you mean
Dad
like
touches everything and anything.
and you mean now, not just in
Yeah,
general.
no,
he can't
now.
go to the post office.
No, now. And
Okay.
Jen goes in with like, her like nurse's outfit and she's all ready to do it correctly. Sees him right there. He's like, oh, and then we get mad. I was like, I can't believe that. And so they were telling parents, you can't go anywhere. The next day, Jen, where were we saw him?
We're going to
saw
go
him
get
out.
smokes.
And we went to buy something. We saw him out on the way there. I turned. I'm like, I bet he didn't go home. I bet he went to Sonic. I turned at they're driving. I turned, and there he was, where he wasn't supposed to be at the restaurant, not doing the right thing. So I called my mom on a speakerphone, and I was impolite. And so it was the point where it was insane. And the thing is, they act like I'm just a giant pain in the ass because I'm telling them they can't go to the store. I'm like, no, I just don't want you to die, but pretty soon I won't care. It doesn't take much longer.
Oh, you can't put
And
that
so-
genie back in the bottle, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough
No,
one to
man,
have to live with.
Well, the hard part is that it's like, honestly, like people at times take this seriously. Please do that.
Yeah.
It's like it's not hard. Just because you can't leave your giant palatial home, where you have everything you could possibly want. I
Yeah,
know
I've
it's
seen their
important.
house.
Yeah, it's nice.
I
We like
want
to
their
keep it-
house.
We
Well-
want to actually put a lock on the outside now.
Yeah.
Like
You might get it sooner than later, Jen.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
might.
no doubt.
Don't mind the garden. So anyway, so any of you who have parents, please, if you have patience, can you lend me some? Because
Don't go
Oh
to
I'm
yeah,
running out.
yeah.
Don't
No,
go to
I'm
Steve.
I'm totally gonna
No.
do that. I
No.
will lend you some of my
No.
patience.
I wasn't asking you, I was asking the audience.
Oh,
There's no way to ask you. I know my wife's out
maybe
patience.
when we get more subscribers, they can give us patience.
Instead of super chat money, we'll get patience. I like it.
Yeah, that would be.
You need some.
Oh
Anyway,
my
so
God,
that's
there
my
isn't
story
that much
about
out there.
social distancing. Other than that, I'm really busy at work, and I love it because I look so unbusy that I'm sure my wife thinks that I've never worked when she's gone because I look like kind of the same. But I could be on, like, laying down with the phone, like, text do this, text do that, just exactly. And like, as far as she's concerned, I'm playing Candy Crush. Yeah.
Are you?
Zach, why don't you tell us a little bit about something that your company, Frog God Games, is doing right now to help with COVID-19?
Well, Frog Out Games isn't really doing that right yet.
Oh.
We've organized to put together a 3D printer bundle amongst some really famous, there's background I just saw, some famous sculptors for 3D stuff, including, now when you say his name, make sure you don't say it 3 times because you might summon him. But Tom Tullis from Fat Dragon, whom that's correct, he the owlbear guy. Tom actually is part of the bundle along with Ian Lovecraft, Black Scroll, the Orc. You caught me off guard with the names of it. If you go to humblebundle.com, it's the Dungeons and Dragons and Terrains bundle. It's made almost $80,000 to this point. You can get $400 worth of STL files for an exciting amount of $15, and you can make sure that all that goes to charity if you want to. There's a tip for the sculptors who all work independently. There's a tip for the people at Humble Bundle making this happen. And while you're there, there's a $30 bundle that goes all to charity. And that bundle itself is basically like $2 million. And so they're doing a lot, as much as they can. And I can tell you the people at Humble Bundle are in San Francisco, and they are feeling the effects real big about the change in work and stuff. And they're kicking ass, taking names, trying to make sure they get more money to people who need it. Direct Relief is the COVID charity that is related to the 3D printer bundle. And they're great. They're only like the only company or only charity in the U.S. that can do prescription drugs for people who need them. So if you're a high risk person who needs to get medication and you cannot go to a pharmacist or afford it, Direct Relief is people who do it for you, and they get the money right away. Humble Bundle is going to push really hard to make sure that there's no long wait or anything to get the money. There's normally like a 3 months or something like that wait. They're pushing that through in a way to make sure that everybody gets what they need fast. And so buy yourself something to do at home, make your house smell funny, make a lot of noise with your 3D printer, because that's what my wife said I had to give mine away. I would be taking these files too if I wasn't forced to give my printer away. That's my story.
You have to give your printer away?
No, he has it on Lent. Yeah. He's lending it to a neighbor that's not too far away. So
because I will not use it.
Well, because I have Tom to make me my own. You don't have to make me.
That's true.
I just need to get it painted.
Oh, so Southwest, Tom said, so he made me my meme for me.
I saw that.
It was awesome. But in asking him to do that, because I don't know how to make memes, he said that when it comes time, I would have to choose between him and you. And I said, well, obviously I'm choosing Jen. And he was like, well, then tell her to make your own bleep and memes. I was like, no, because you're the better meme maker. But if I have to choose, I'm putting money down on Jen.
Just tell him you're going to send him a birthday gift and he'll keep making the memes for you.
Oh, okay.
Who's that? Tullis?
Tullis.
Oh, he didn't have any of this.
Slower.
There we go. None of those, Tullis. None. I'm just kidding. No, it's great. The bundle's great. And honestly, that's just one of many things going on for raising money. And everybody who's staying home and playing any kind of online games, playing any kind of tabletop games with their family, doing anything that's keeping them out of general public to keep people safe is awesome. We have a giant sale on everything at Frog God Games to make sure you can do it. I think it's 60% off until tonight. But even if in ours, we can do digital, we can do full, because Bill Webb, for the first time ever, is totally useful. No, I'm just kidding. No, he and his family are at their compound, like in Paulsbo, and no one's leaving. And they've been there, like 11 people been there for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. and they have all of our inventory there, and they're shipping it out still, and they're doing able to do it safely.
They can
And
send
so if
physical
anybody's
products.
looking, check out our website. And
Unlike
there's stuff going
Diamond.
on.
Sorry.
Hmm? You coughing? Oh, sure.
Yeah. Unlike
So,
a distribution company that shall not
What
be
other?
named.
Oh, yeah. We could talk
If
about
you
that,
are
but now it's
home-
safely wrong.
If you're home and you're looking for something to do, there are 2 Indiegogos going on that you can mention.
That's true, but this isn't a commercial for them. But we have one for Bly the Moonglow Blade, which is the best one. Best we've actually had an Indiegogo in a while. It's a wonderful module. It's in the best reception
boy.
in a while. It's the Frog God Games' Indiegogo account. It's great. It's about druids, evil druids. You know they're all evil. Just ask Bunny Burrows. But the other thing that we have up there is the Book of Taverns. Everybody needs
One
that.
of our guests is on a boat.
That's awesome.
Lives on a boat or
No, it's like shaking.
Jen's window is bobbing up and down.
See, that's it. There you go. No, so
It's Baby
and we
Yoda.
have the
He's
Book of
using
Taverns
the
is up as well, and the Book of Taverns is a 2 taverns that you can use in your fantasy games that's system neutral. And if you don't use a tavern in your game, you're never allowed to talk to Eric again.
Well,
That's not a promise.
Since we're just talking about this, I have brought up our Kickstarter window, which now I have to change something because I'm not used to 2 guests.
tag team back again.
Oh no.
There we go. So, typically on Goddammit Zach, we go through Kickstarter things that people should be aware of, and here's the little window going to do that. Since we're talking about other companies besides Goddammit Zach,
Really?
Hey, Wonky's here.
we've actually had some luck helping people out and get funded, which we had no idea would actually happen. So
We never did, but we have the best small audience ever.
yeah, and a lot of you really are weirdos. So here we go.
All right, look at the screen.
We're just scrolling through. If anything catches somebody's eye, please say something and we could zoom in on it. Or
Yeah,
that
not.
one.
Uh-oh. There's a sword.
Oh boy.
I'll take that one.
Nope.
What's the Fantasy Tactics? Is that a war game?
What are you talking about?
You scrolled by it a second ago.
Well, yeah, a second.
I have to see the YouTube stream, which is behind you by 3 seconds.
Well, now I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
That's okay. Pick one.
Oh, there
Hold
it
up.
is.
Yep.
They are 0% funded, so I'm not even gonna.
Okay, well,
I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. Sorry.
you got to start somewhere, man. No, I can't wait till we get our dungeon, punk dungeon zine.
Yeah, that's gonna be insane. I think Ian is going to run a combat with.
Oh, yes,
us
definitely.
using that. Here is our buddy Lloyd Metcalf, Maximum Hit Points RPG
We recommend
Zine
that one.
number 3. He's already put out 3 of these, so.
He funded right away too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, he's 480% funded, so good job, dude.
I think a majority of the people are holding off on their Kickstarters right now.
We are.
Yes. Well, I know that SGP, Skeeter Green Productions, is going to have a Kickstarter this year, we hope.
Well, to be honest with you, we were running one that was just as everything started to go away, and it started just kind of slower, and it's such a great product that we actually yanked the Kickstarter, even though they offered us 7 more days. We'd rather relaunch it and have it be as awesome as it deserves than it be lost in the confusion and just the general.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good time to sell Sling D&D games the first week people started dying.
Yeah, no.
Do you
But
guys
now as we're all
think
kind of
maybe-
doing this, knowing that staying at home matters, I think it does matter more.
Do you think maybe the PDF sales will, like in a couple of weeks when people realize that this isn't going to be over in a couple of weeks, do you think PDF sales
Oh,
would
it's already there.
maybe improve, because it's like Amazon right now, their puzzles, every single puzzle is gone. There are
it's
no
the
more
same way with our
puzzles.
games.
Yeah,
selling
and
bulk.
like Skeeter can't even find a webcam. So all of these things for people to do at home. Anyway.
No, we've already had an explosion of it. Already a huge explosion of sales in that. And I bought stuff from other companies that I was just interested in just because I want to see what other PDF things I can do, right? And so
Right.
it's been great. And the hardest hit on this one is probably between Chuck Wright and Susie Mosby. They're having to do lots of retooling real quick to make stuff useful for virtual tabletops, all coming out soon. Everybody, you know, people working on it. And so we are fully functioning to make sure that if this, from here on out, we will have a lot more digital tabletop stuff. But we want to have it soon so people like me don't get murdered at home. We have other things to do. We're trying to save
That would
lives.
be bad.
Save lives and save marriage. That's what we're going to do at Frog Guard Game.
Go to Fantasy Grounds and download Crypt of the Science Wizard.
Crypt Science Wizard will save your marriage. It's
I don't know about that.
Whisper and Venom saved ours, huh, baby? I mean,
It did, yes.
Oh.
No, it saved ours. It's perfect. Crypt of the Science Wizard will fix all marital issues.
Now, Skeeter, my understanding is that the initials for your company, SGP, was changed recently by Luke Gygax.
What did he do?
Because you had a poster up behind you originally.
Oh,
that he saw.
yeah. Yeah. See, that's part of the background. And Luke Gygax, of all people, I mean, he's trying to figure out how to
Who?
get Gary Con going. He's in the military trying to save California. Yet he is so organized. He finds the time to give me shit. I think that is a well-rounded Renaissance man.
he's a
And
Renaissance man.
and if you can find it on Facebook, the picture of him with the full-on Magnum PI mustache is something to behold.
I've got it, but I'm not going to share it now because I want to be on the good
I'm
side.
telling you, that is fantastic.
So, okay, so
So
that's a couple
did you
things
steal that poster? Or
I
were
did
you
not.
that
I did
poster?
not steal that poster. I would, and it's not a poster. It's on a tarp. It's printed, and
A duplicate.
it is one of the giant tapestries that they hang up in GaryCon, and it was given to me.
By? Or can
I'm
you
not going to
names?
say because if it was a problem, then I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. But
Ah,
it was a given to me. I would not take it because if I was going to steal one, it would be that Glacial Rift of the Frost Giant Jarl, gigantic one. I'm coming for that one next year.
That's Jen's favorite. Which Jen? Who
hashtag
knows?
2021.
Hashtag 2021. If like people are still alive, then yeah, I'm totally going to GaryCon next year.
No,
Yeah,
I think
I've never been to Gary Con. It's the one I haven't gone to.
we, God willing, we'll all be there. But we're going to see a lot of changes, I think, in how conventions happen and how a lot of things are run. But I think that virtual GaryCon was way more fun than I expected it to be. I thought it went off well.
It
And
was
I don't
crazy.
like to give him a shout out, but John Barnhouse from Frog God did a yeoman's amount of work along with Sean King and Steve Wells to make sure our Frog God game stuff happened on Virtual GaryCon, and it was wild. So many people had fun. I watched Bill Webb run a game online without any problems, and I thought that was the end times. I thought that was
Wow.
the third horseman.
Well, anybody who watches Wizards of the Couch, our buddies who put that on Twitch, they did a colossal heave.
They made it.
They
possible
were the
for everybody to get
guys.
it done.
They were the guys who made virtual GaryCon happen. And
No, they did absolutely. And from our end, I think we ran 18 or 20 games. That was only a partial of what they did. They put it all together, and I know that they worked with our guys.
there
And
were hundreds of games. I did see a post on Facebook that there were over 2,000 virtual GaryCon
that's awesome.
badges done. So yeah, just tons and tons of people, and way to pivot, because that all came together in about a week and a half, if even that. So phenomenal job. I got my rewards. I got my 2020 GM shirt, which is going to be a collector's item, and I got a bunch of Tom Wham cups. So
Yep.
fantastic. What?
The Tom Wham?
The Tom Wham.
I won a game of Feudality one time. Feudality. That was the only thing he's so awesome, and I don't know him at all. I met some of these other guys so many times, but he's just incredibly cool. But he only goes to GaryCon.
Yeah.
Didn't he win the Gygax Award this year?
Yes,
Yes, he
he
did.
won the
He
Lifetime
deserved it,
Achievement
too.
Award. Yep.
Snit's Revenge is awesome. So
And
Okay, so,
some guy we know is making a 3D printout homage to Awful Green Things from Outer Space.
who's that?
I can't say, but I'm very eager to see when that actually shows up in
Awful Green Things is awesome.
That is not an awful green thing. That is an awful gray thing.
So
That's an awful yellow thing.
Go ahead. I can see you're spoiling for it. Southwest Gen and Northwest Gen, we have miniatures, do you not? You want to talk about them?
Ooh.
I just
Talk about the
picked ones
stats, the
that
armor
were
class?
pretty.
Yeah, we need a full stat block for each of them.
Yeah, and go.
Well, let's roll for it.
What?
She said, let's roll for it.
She wants to roll the stats up. They already exist for monsters.
Yes.
Well, I don't have
Well-
my book with me.
I have some nice dice. I can roll up a
That's
character
true.
right here.
There you go.
Yeah.
We could be like Wizards of the Couch, but really low rent and steal their idea. That'd be awful.
We
Well-
are totally Wizards of the Couch, but low rent. And if
We
you
don't
know
have-
them, you know how bad that is.
I know Brian
Lizards on
Berg.
the chair.
Yeah, Berg does like beer with vanilla notes in it. Jen,
So,
tell him about your character.
Yeah. Come on, show the miniatures. Just come on. You guys
All
brought them
right.
out.
Yeah, let's.
Jen
let's
has
do
her mini sitting on her shoulder.
Yeah,
Well,
Baby Yoda.
we basically, I wasn't really, it was just something for us to talk about, but I don't really have a mini to talk about. I have minis that Skeet allows me and my students to use.
Well,
So that's
Allows.
about it. So he has certain Tupperware containers that I am allowed to touch and play with, and ones that I cannot. So
You see that, Jen? How the Jen does what she's told? You see that? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
that's
I'm
the
sorry, I
rule.
couldn't keep a straight face, but yeah, I knew.
Yeah, that's a nope.
But it's nice to have the minis out. But also, I guess maybe for me, and Jen Southwest has the bigger minis. But I think the whole point is that it's cool to have a character. But I had a game finally running on every Wednesday with my 7th graders, and there were 6 kids. And they couldn't care less whether they had a mini or whether I gave them a dice to use. And so everybody picked a different color, and they could pick dice, and we'd take one out of the set as their marker and do their other ones. But when I run a game, and Southwest has been in them, they're not rule centered. They're totally story centered. And so my students were walking throughout the school and finding giant sloths stuck in cages,
I remember
wearing
that.
jerseys, like football jerseys with student names on the back. And so they
Sounds
they
like
had
an
spent-
awful school.
they had spent, well, the idea for it, which I was hoping none of them had seen, but was the movie Us, where there's the other and the underneath. And in the underneath, they had rabbits. So what I did was I switched the rabbits to sloths, just because I have pictures of them all over my room, and just got the kids kind of invested in it. But it was really nice. And the best part was, in the end, it was 3 girls and 3 boys. And I had a couple ask to join and swap out and do more. But yeah, they liked it. So
Cool.
As an educator, I want to ask you this and this is a serious question. I know this is not a very serious show, but I want to know, how do you feel about how role-playing games interact with the students that actually play them? And do they get an advantage from them, you think, more than just keeping them from burning down the school for a week?
well, one of the things that I think RPG does allows for them to use their imagination a little bit more. They definitely, the current school system obviously was based on Henry Ford's, mechanical process, have them go from room to room to room to room and all of that. So it makes it really hard. The schools right now just don't have a whole lot of time for discussion. So it's been really nice to have certain kids who don't participate in band or sports to be able to come in and hang out with other kids. And it's like I took Skeeter's starter setter box and I put it up so all the kids could see that D&D was in my room, and I had all this other stuff, and I was always throwing it out and just rolling dice and how you can get better at it. And after I did 3 weeks of RPG with the kids, I actually had kids start bringing in dice bags.
Oh, my heart just stopped.
Nerds.
And it was only one of the kids who was playing in my game, but he was getting all the other kids too. So every kid was starting to bring, he was showing them what a dice set was and to bring a game, and kids were carrying around their little bags of dice. And Skeet was super helpful and gave 2 of my girls an entire set themselves. I just think RPG allows them to have a conversation, and you can bring in much more heavy subjects, that they would not necessarily talk about, but it just kind of puts them in that arena.
The reason I brought it up is because I met an author one time you've never heard of named Tracy Hickman, and he wrote a blog post all about how you can use RPGs to teach moral decision making without having to have it be blatantly lame. You can teach the Beatitudes basically if you wanted to, with choices you give them that aren't recognizable that way, but can allow them to use higher thinking, not just critical thinking, but higher order moral thinking in ways you just can't challenge young kids to do. And by doing that, you are basically can give lessons on like right thinking without having to be preachy or actually be, this is the way, though I agree with this is the way, because it is the way. No, but what I'm saying is like, you're not teaching religious class, but you're teaching a class on correct behavior and, cultural decency. And I think you can do that in games you can't do otherwise. And I think this sounds like that's kind of your experience.
You have no sound.
Oh, really?
Jen has no
Northwest
sound now.
Jen.
Oh,
Good now?
yep.
Okay.
Barely.
You can't hear me down the hallways.
No sound.
No sound for Jen?
No sound for you. You have to talk though.
Okay, so I will talk to you now. My question.
Yeah, we can't.
Oh, higher moral thinking was, keeping the party together. A lot of my students wanted to split up, and they started making decisions on their own. And I found it interesting because the kids who stuck together ended up going after the people who broke away and like killing them, like members of their own party, because it's like you're not acting in the best interest of the party. You're putting us in danger, so you need to do this. And this morning, when I actually participated in a Zoom that had the chat rooms, I was like, oh my God, that would be so perfect for D&D, because you could have the game master put them in a chat room where they could discuss strategy, and come back to the game without the DM actually knowing what they said. And I was like, that would have been so cool to have, because for students, I just walk out of the room. I'm like, you guys need a game plan. Like, you need to work together.
Never split the party.
Yeah, never. And teachers should never walk out of a room, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we have a couple comments here about from J.R. Stoner says both grandparents are math teachers and the sister-in-law is a kindergarten teacher, and we have disliked the current industrial product model of education and wish for more platonism, I guess how you'd say it, but I know what you mean by that. And I do think that it is unfortunate that sometimes it's really rigid, but I think that good teachers with tools like this, I think, could do a lot of good, especially for kids who are marginalized, who don't often get a chance to speak. And I think that there's a value to this that I hate to say there's anything good coming out of a situation we're in now, but I think a lot of things with different ways to communicate are going to speak to people, I think, who are not good at the way we've all grown up with it at school with 30 kids in class, where the extroverts get all the attention and they drain all the energy out of the room. And if you're an introvert, and if you're just uncomfortable, or if you have to be on a spectrum, or you have some kind of different way of doing things, that you may now get attention or be able to interact with people in a way that you're comfortable with. And all the extroverts of the world, the me's, right? We have to reevaluate that maybe ours is not the way. And new communications with other people when learning, I think, is going to be a big deal. So I can't hear her again, dang it.
Yep, no sound from Jen.
She had something to say too, because it even looked smart. It looked smart what she was going to say. I believe it. So, but why? I just think that's a big deal. I think it's important, and I think that it's going to be interesting to see what kinds of things that we take from this for educating kids, and so that's cool. That's too serious. So, what else is going on, Skier? Tell me about the worst thing you did today. Or we can talk about organized crime stirs public rage. The headlines are perennial, always.
Well, I think since we are having technical difficulties and there's only 10 minutes left in the show, I think we're going to try and do our lead out now.
Okay, so what's our out?
Our out is please share the link to YouTube and get us some more subscribers. We are trying, once we get to 100 subscribers, we can just set up a permalink and you will always know where to go. I just like to tell people where to go.
I know where you're going to tell him to go. I'm going to say it right now. He tells me to go to hell a lot. He also tells me to do.
That is not entirely true.
Once we reach like 50 subscribers, I can give away one of Zach's box sets. Maybe do that 75 and 100.
Wow.
You need some type of incentive.
That got savage.
I know. That's why I was only allowed to touch minis today. I wasn't allowed to touch his box sets. That's a good idea.
Well, anyway, we're going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you for stopping by and taking a look, and we'll catch you later. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.